Hello everyone, welcome to the start of our Danganronpa Lapse Let's Play. I kept running into issues with the tier list and got pissed off, so I'm putting that video on hold for now. Because I mean, after all, it's like, why delay all these other Let's Play videos that I have on the back burner? Just to finish this one video. It seemed silly to me. And again, it was just really pissing me off and being mean to me, man, and it almost made me cry. That video is a mean video. I had to call my mom. I had to be like, Mommy, this mean video's bullying me. It keeps causing my video editing software to crash. I had a power outage and had to redo a good chunk of it. It's not nice. It's cursed. It's a cursed video. But whatever, I'm over it now. I'll get around to it eventually. So I guess firstly, apologies to anyone who wanted to see that video, but we can finally begin our Danganronpa Lapse Let's Play, which I know a lot of other people are looking forward to. I'm looking forward to finally starting it. I was hoping to start way sooner, but I got sidetracked with all these other things. Like a video that didn't want to fucking work for me. Fucking piece of shit. It's okay, I'm over it though. It's been a couple months since we started a brand new Fangan, and this is going to be our next big project for a while. So I'm super pumped to get into it. Unfortunately, the technical difficulties did not end with the tier list. Though I can't blame these on my computer. These are 100% my fault because I'm a fucking dipshit. So I'm just popping up to let you guys know. The sound may be a bit off. The sound from the game. Because I forgot to record the game's audio. Like a genius. I tried to fill it in the best I could with editing, but if you notice any sort of oddities such as sound effects missing, or the music being different than how it is in the actual game, I tried to match it as best as I could, but I might have made a mistake here or there. Messed up the timing, I don't know. I did my best, okay? Anyway, that's all I really wanted to come here and tell you guys. The video should still be perfectly fine, and I hope you guys still enjoy it. Just a minor little issue. This issue will also affect part 2, but I believe by part 3 I got my shit together and figured everything out. Anyway, it's nothing that should ruin the video. Just thought I'd give you guys a heads up in case you noticed anything weird. Thank you for checking out the video. I hope you guys enjoy. And I'm very excited to begin our next big Fangan Let's Play. Let's get into it. Danganronpa Lapse, baby. Woohoo! Holy fuck, it's finally time, everyone. Welcome to Danganronpa Lapse. It is time for our next major playthrough on our little Fangan series, and I am so freaking excited for this one. Everything I've seen about this game looks so fucking good so far, and as I said before, I haven't really seen a whole lot of this game. So I've been told that it is a pretty popular Fangan, but I'm apparently lucky enough to have never seen anything about it, and that's great because that means I haven't. This is like one of the few Fangans I'm going into with no spoilers. That's one of the downsides of joining the larger Fangan community. Is unfortunately it's a lot hard to avoid spoilers for some things, but well, I don't know anything about Lapse yet, so that's great. We'll see how long that lasts, though. But I'm pumped for this. So this is Danganronpa Lapse. It was created by a developer known as Mythridate in 2022. I think I'm saying that right anyway. Mythridate. If I'm mispronouncing the name, I'd like to deeply apologize. I'm a fool. I'm a stupid fool. I'd like to make another correction too. The definitive edition came out in 2022. This Fangan actually started development back in 2019. And it released the prologue and the first 2 chapters in 2019. And then they released this version with all the chapters on April of 2022. And like usual, if you want to play this game for yourself, I will leave a link in the description below to where you can do that. But I'm very excited for this game. Like I said, I really want to try and mix up the Fangans we've been playing. Danganronpa Lapse, as far as I can tell, is a lot more of a visual novel. A more basic visual novel, anyway. So we're moving away from the RPG Maker games. I mean, we've done more standard visual novel stuff before too, but only for like one-off episodes. So doing a whole series like this is gonna be nice. And that means there's less of a chance of me embarrassing myself because of poor gameplay. But also, as far as I can tell, I don't think this Fangan connects to any of the canon games in any way. Which is another thing that I think is gonna really help, you know, diversify the Fangans we've played so far. Because, you know, we've played the Live or Die trilogy, which is obviously connected to V3. We've played another which tries to fit itself into the, you know, original Danganronpa timeline of 1 and 2. I guess Checkmate doesn't really connect to the main games in any way, but, like, again, that was just a one-off thing. I don't know, all I'm saying is that it's very cool we're doing something a lot different from the previous Fangans that we're doing. It's a brand new developer, a brand new journey, a brand new style. It gets me excited. I eventually want the show to just sort of be a nice little send up to all the great Fangans out there, because I've learned to have a vast appreciation for this genre and all the people who are in the community. And I want to show off as much of the variety that this genre can provide as possible. I love Fangans. I wanna share my love for them. I want to get others excited about them. And I don't know, man. And I love that I kind of have this show now to sort of be a capsule of you know, a documentation of me getting deeper into the Fangan rabbit hole. Because, I mean, I've said it before Live or Die, I've only ever experienced one video game Fangan, which was H2O, and then I've watched a bit of the spare time before Live or Die happened. And now here we are, we got a couple games under our belt now. I have big plans for the future of this series, and I hope you guys will join me for them. But, of course, we got a lot of already completed Fangans that I gotta go back and finish. That way I can get caught up with everyone else. And Lapse is one of them. As I've said before, I already started a playthrough of Lapse. I said it in one of the Survivors Guild episodes. I started a playthrough of Lapse, but didn't make it very far because I halfway through the episode I was like, this isn't working. I need to take some time off. And so I did. We played Survivors Guild's 3rd chapter. But now I'm back. I'm refreshed. I'm ready. So I didn't make it very far, like I said. I didn't even get to the part where the host of the game is like, you guys got kill each other, blah, blah, blah. Which I'm assuming is the thing that's going to happen here, because it's Danganronpa. All I really did was I met the characters. That's essentially as far as I got. So I already have, you know, surface level knowledge of the characters based on the introductions. I already know they're like talents and whatnot, but that's as much as I know going into this for this Let's Play. So I'm gonna click New Game, and let's do this. Thank you. Get off my screen. Oh, hello. That's not what I wanted. I just wanted the nose to leave. The heart of a man is very much like the sea. It has its storms, it has its tides, and in its depths it has its pearls too. There's pearls in my heart? What the fuck? Get them out of there! Call a doctor! Kokoro! I need emergency surgery right now! Ring, ring, ring! Ring, ring, ring! Could you imagine the phone, like, the ringing gets, like, more and more impatient? It's just like, ring, 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 get up! Answer the phone! Actually, no, I think it's an alarm clock, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Either way. What is that sound? Ring, ring, ring. Okay. Calm down, alarm clock, please. I opened my heavy eyelids to an unfamiliar room. Oh? Guess I was asleep. But where am I? This isn't my room. I turned my head to the right to see a small, old-fashioned alarm clock on the nightstand. The time read 7:30. 7:30? In the morning or evening? Yeah, that's the problem with those analog clocks. I reached over to stop the alarm when suddenly I felt a dull pain in the back of my head. Ow. What caused this? I bet it was an iron pipe. I sat up from the bed to rub my head and shut off the alarm. The pain subsided quickly, and it was then that I fully take in my surroundings. I found myself in a comfortable room. It's almost like a hotel. Oh no, I can't afford this! Soft lighting rested against the warm-colored walls. The furniture was devoid of any dust or dirt, and the bed itself was extremely plush. An unassuming painting hung just above my head. I scooted from the center of the bed, kicked my feet out from under the covers, and began perusing the room of its amenities. A roomy closet, a small writing desk in the corner, and a single bathroom. It was overall a rather luxurious room, without seeming overly elegant in its design. The room is comfortable enough, but how on earth did I get here? Am I imagining this? I hope I didn't hit my head. I went to the bathroom, turned the cold tap, and let my cupped hands fill with the crisp water before splashing my face. Despite everything, it's still me. The chill snapped my senses awake as I took a moment to collect myself. Well, as far as I can tell, at least I'm in one piece. I noticed my everyday coat was on a hanger behind me. I pulled the coat on and adjusted myself. It wouldn't hurt to recall the basics. Oh, yeah, every character name, I believe, is in English, so this should also be one of the few playthroughs where I don't struggle to pronounce any of the names. Fuck yeah. Anyway, this is our protagonist, Etchopinate. God, I'm so fucking funny. My name is Echo Pine. Oh, I've been told they're non-binary too. I think it's them anyway. You know what? I'm gonna double check that just to make sure, actually. Yeah, they are non-binary. Hell yeah. Is this the first time we see a non-binary character in a Fangan? Oh, well, Alucard, yeah. But first protagonist, so that's cool. I'm a student at Calm Mind Institute, coming toward the end of my final year. I'm assuming no relation to Dipper and Mabel Pine. Wait, Ashley! The last thing I remembered was seeing my best friend Ashley off for the day as she went to take care of her horses. Ashley, I wonder if she made it home all right. I admit I was a little less thorough in making sure she made it into our house that late afternoon, but I'm sure she's all right. I'm sure she's not in like some weird killing game or anything. Or I hope. I racked my brain thinking about that evening. That's a lovely ass house, Jesus. Alright, thanks for the lift. And be careful with your ankle. I can't believe you insist on driving even though it's sprained. It's no problem at all. Besides, my ankle is almost done healing, so it's no big deal. It's not like I drive with that foot anyway. I drive with my hands, silly. I'm just worried since I can't walk you to the door. I wanted to see if Applejack was in a petting mood tonight. My house is right there. You don't need to worry. Oh, was that an MLP reference? Be careful, the formal brony in me might come out. And if she is, I'll make sure to give that kitty a good scratching. Oh, it's a cat. Why the fuck would you name your cat after a horse? You goofy girl. If she is, I'll make sure to give that kitty a good scratching for you. Well, thank you. That makes me feel much better. Alright, thanks. Night, Ash. Good night, Echo. I left the car on park and watched as Ashley crossed the lawn. I declined putting any more strain on my left ankle since it was still recovering from a sprain, but I remained vigilant. Her porch light wasn't on, so as she got closer to the house, she faded into the evening shadows. I waited a few more minutes until I heard her front door close. Click! Okay, time to get back. I shifted back into drive and let the wheels crawl before accelerating. But upon my slow graze across the gravel, I didn't see her living room light turn on. I was worried, but I was certain I heard the front door close. Was I really certain, though? I remember clearly driving off, not seeing her living room light turn on, then... Nothing. That was supposed to be a car crash, in case it wasn't obvious. Suddenly, a darkness welled up inside me. Was I in this strange unknown remote location because I didn't make sure my friend was safe in her home? Okay, Echo, calm down. I think you're overthinking things a little bit. It's fine. Not every... Well, you think this is like some divine punishment because you... you didn't walk your friend to the front door? It's cool, Echo. Listen, just calm down a bit. Such a worrywart. No, that would be absurd. Those two things can't be linked together just because I was less cautious than usual. I combed through the room once more and realized I didn't have any of my personal possessions on hand, or in the room itself. No phone to call Ashley to make sure she's okay. What's that then? Sure, there was an ancient landline service phone in the room, but I didn't know where I was to begin. I didn't know where I was to begin with. Fair enough. I started to panic. I had to get out of here. I got so caught up in both my head and an unprovoked fear that I threw the door open with full force, nearly hitting the person just outside. And that person happened to be... Whoa, watch it! Ash? Huh? Echo? It was strange. The very friend I thought I suffered a consequence for not making sure they made it home safe was standing right in front of me for some inexplicable reason. And also I just hit them with the door. Time for my second round of divine punishment. He starts freaking out like, oh god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I hit you. Don't. I don't know why I'm so full of beans today. I'm sorry. I'll calm down. You okay? Actually, Westbridge, a dear old friend of mine. She's what some people would call a horse girl, which seems like a vague thing to call someone who just happens to tend to equines. That irreverent thought aside. Yeah, of course I'm okay. But what about you? You're pale as a ghost. I just got a little worked up is all. Thought I was being, punished by some divine god. I woke up in this unknown place and I thought it was because I didn't see your lights go on in your house before I drove off. I routed off the thoughts that stirred my fears just moments ago. Echo, you're a fucking idiot. It's okay, you don't have to worry about things. I made it home to take care of Hyperion all in one piece. I was just a little tired is all, so I went straight to the stables behind the house and took the back door entrance. Sorry I worried you. You didn't worry me one bit. I worried myself, girl. Ashley wrapped me in a big familiar hug and I immediately felt calm. Thanks, Ash. I know I shouldn't get so worked up about stuff like that, but sometimes I can't help it. One thought led to another and I just jumped to the worst possible conclusion. Oh, Echo, you needn't fret so much. What? Who talks like that? You needn't fret so much. You'll make yourself sick with worry. Oh, I can totally understand where your worry might come from, especially in this scenario. I mean, unless it's like part of your character that you talk like an old-timey knight. Yeah, just where are we? Yes, that is the question. With my mind and heart at ease, I discussed the situation with Ashley. I told her that I woke up not long ago thanks to the provided alarm clock, and her experience was just the same. She too felt the dull pain of a lingering headache upon awakening, and she too felt a brief moment of confusion due to the unknown setting. I couldn't find any of my possessions in my room. I tried to find my phone to call you, but no luck. I don't have anything of note in my room either. I don't have any of my things with me, like my satchel of phone. It's odd, although there aren't any answers to the obvious questions like, how did we get here, where are my things, etc., I strangely feel comfortable here. I think it might be that super plush bed, not gonna lie, I'd really like that back home. We laughed among ourselves and decided to explore what seemed to be some sort of mansion. I still felt uneasy, but thanks to seeing a familiar face, I felt a little safer. I closed my room door behind me, noticing there was a plaque that was adorned with the symbol of my high school. Looking further down the hall, the various other door plaques shared the same features. I spot Ashley's wide away as well. It seems her room was just adjacent to mine across the hall. Looks like there were other students here as well. Other plaques with school emblems, I'm assuming. Dude, I almost want to read that as plagues. I don't know why. Just that when people like Q like that, I always read it as a G. My mind gets it flipped up. Seems that way, although I haven't ran into anyone yet. Not literally, like you, of course. Ha ha ha. Very funny. The hall interior was very ornate, with dark wood lining the walls and candle scones. That was the most embarrassing fuck-up I've ever had. What the fuck is a candle scone? And candle sconces. Lighting the path. The dark wood floor was covered in a thick woven rug that created a path toward an opening in the hallway. I think I can hear some others down the hall. Ashley took the lead as we curiously walked through the hall, taken in the ambiance as we gazed at the miscellaneous paintings of nature that hung on the wall. That was almost like a poem. You're a poet and you didn't even know it, Echo. The sound of lively conversation grew louder as we approached the connecting room. I like these two's friendship. How much money do you want to bet that one of them's gonna die soon? Ashley, that is. I don't think... Unless they do a protagonist switch like in B3, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Sure enough, there were 3 people having a lively chat in the foyer? I think that's how you say it, right? I always get messed up when I see that word, because I barely see it, ever. It is foyer, though, right?
Foyer.
It's just foyer. Okay, never mind. I'm an idiot. Foyer is, I guess, typically the British pronunciation. Cool. But both are apparently acceptable. So I'm actually not an idiot. I'm just British, apparently. Anyway, there's 3 other people here. Let's meet them. Hey, you two, good of you to make it. I was wondering how many other people are going to come around. You could just count how many doors with plaques they are in the living quarter hallway. No, I'm not tentative enough for something like that. I'll just figure it out from how many of you I meet up with. You're awfully carefree, aren't you? Yeah, it's because I have good company with you lovely folks. She doesn't seem to be enjoying your company, bro. Oh, come on, what's with the cold shoulders? I'm just here to have a good time. The person with the hat continued preoccupying his present less than willing company with his lively conversation. I quietly took in the atmosphere of the foyer before approaching the group. The main clearing was huge. It featured a shiny white marble floor extending into 2 spiraling staircases on either side of its circular walls. An elevator resided in the center of the wall, opposite from the front door. You know, I feel like I thought it was only foyer because I've only ever heard that word in like British media, now that I'm thinking about it. I never hear it in American media. I'm glad to know there's 2 possible pronunciations though, so I don't come off like, you know, that much of a dumb American for saying foyer. I already have enough on that. I already have enough of that on my other videos. Like, I don't need it right now, man. A beautiful grand chandelier hung from the center of the marbled ceiling, just above a modest table at ground level. The wooden table itself was rather bare, only containing a decorative flower vase and very polite note printed on premium-grade cardstock. I almost said vase, because I was thinking about British pronunciations. Oh, we got a speaker. Thank you. Hold on, I gotta do like a robotic voice. Thank you for joining us on this momentous occasion. Please make sure the crashing program crashed. Please make your welcome official by signing in utilizing the bracelets that have been provided. Simply tap the bracelet to the digital kiosk that is located at the front of the stairs. Oh my god, it's just like Disney World. I lifted my wrist to see the bracelet I lifted my left wrist to see the bracelet in question. Gotta make sure I got the word left in there. It might be important later. It was a light, simple thing, a rose gold plate with my name on it strung into a bracelet with a small chain of the same color. I hadn't even noticed it until now. Ashley was admiring hers just as I did. Her bracelet hung on her right wrist, just above her own wood cuff bracelet. I looked over at the other students' wrists as well, and they all had the same thing, albeit presumably with their own names. What was the purpose of these things anyway? Rather than get absorbed in wondering about the small decoration, I decided to join in small conversation. Hello there, have you three already scanned your bracelets? Yes, we all convened here just a few minutes ago. I would recommend you scan your bracelets on the kiosk as well, since it grants access to rooms after the welcome. Oh well, then don't mind if I do. What a white guy's thing to say. Come on, Echo. I went over to the aforementioned kiosk that was nestled strangely within the luxurious decor. The kiosk displayed a simple map of the first floor layout by default. The foyer led to 4 locations: the living quarters, the dining hall, the study, and the theater. I don't know why I said that so excitedly. I held up my list close to the screen and quickly detected my bracelet, displaying a sparse summary of information. My name and a profile picture. That looks nothing like me. Thank you for signing in. You may now roam the first floor freely. Your bracelet corresponds to your room and your room alone. They are paramount to keeping your personal room and its belongings safe. Please take care of it. Please make yourself comfortable with all the given accommodations, and once again, welcome. You like my robot voice, guys? What do you think? I could be a voice actor, right? Get me in there. Get me in the booth, boss. The screen went to the original map screen as it was before I scanned my bracelet. I stepped aside to let Ashley sign in as well, and in the meantime, got to introducing myself to the other students. Hey there, I'm Echo Pine, and this is my friend Ashley Westbridge. Nice to meet you all. Likewise, I'm Arturo Compo Piano? That's definitely not it. Oh, I won't have any trouble pronouncing any of these names. I won't have to look a single one of them up. The thing is, this is the second time I've done this. And I do not remember how to say his name. Campopiano. What the fuck? Isn't that what I said? It's apparently an Italian name. Maybe I speak Italy. Okay, I guess it's just Campopiano. I overcomplicated that. I'm sorry. Hey, at least I look it up just to be sure, you know. Oh, I do now anyway. Let's not talk about the fact that for half of the Another series, I said Mikaru instead of Mekaru. It didn't happen. I've grown since then. Okay, so this is art. I don't remember what his ultimate talent is, actually. It had something to do with animals, I feel like. Didn't it? Maybe I just have a bad memory. I was like, oh, no, I definitely remember at least the basic facts about these characters, but, no, I don't. I'm sorry, my brain dumb. Well, we'll find out anyway. Anyway, so that's art. Who are these other fine fellas? Missy Vesper, the pleasure is all mine. Kananoda, I do know your talent. We'll get to that when we get to that, but I do remember your talent. For a very specific reason. Have you all met before? That would be a negative. Nothing like making new friends though, right? Karen said nothing, instead letting out her a loud sigh with absolutely no subtlety and hiding her annoyance towards art's enthusiasm. I see. That said, you mentioned you two were acquainted. I gotta say, I really like Missy's design a lot. The color scheme, I'm digging it. Oh yeah, we were pen pals over the summer before high school started, and we just became close over time. That's quite endearing. I love the nails, girl. Ooh, thank you. I didn't expect that kind of answer from Missy. Maybe she's the type to secretly cry at romantic movies. You've known her for like 5 minutes, bro. You're already making presumptions in your head. Well, if we're all signed in, why don't we visit the dining hall? I don't know about the rest of you, but I feel tea is in order after waking up. I'm in favor of that idea. I'd like to explore afterwards as well. Yeah, I wonder who else we're gonna run into. This is exciting. Who the fuck wants to drink leaf water in the morning? Like, that's the first thing you want to put in your mouth when you wake up? Disgusting. I'm kidding. I am a tea hater, though. I can't stand tea. I'm sorry. Missy walked briskly toward the dining hall, which was just opposite of the living quarters hall, where we entered the foyer. Arta followed quickly after, which just left Cannon back in the giant clearing. I'll explore at my own pace. Thank you. Oh, okay. I suppose we'll see you later? I'll take that as a yes. With a curt and definitive statement, Cannon made her case, stating that she was going to stay put in the foyer. Ashley and I followed the other two into the dining hall, leaving Cannon to her business. Alright, so she's already immediately, like, suspicious to me, obviously. Just right off the bat. She might end up being, like, the rival sort of character in this game. We'll see, we'll see. The dining hall was rather small and intimate. A single long woodcraft table and modest chandelier created the centerpiece. A black marble fireplace with a natural painting hanging just above the decorate the fall wall. Dude, this place is fucking beautiful, though. I gotta say, I love the art style in this game a lot. I don't think I've said that yet. I mean, I feel like I've talked about before how much I like the sprites in this game. But the backgrounds, too, are gorgeous. Fucking... Oh, look at this shit. I'm pretty sure the creator of this game is mainly an artist. That's like the main thing they do. At least based on the little research I have, and it's definitely showing through. The table set bore 16 chairs, 14 on each side and 2 on the heads of the table. Ooh, 16. Interesting. Because I was under the impression there was only 10 characters in this game. But 16 is like the typical Danganronpa number. So I wonder if maybe I was misled. Or, well, not... that implies that, like, someone else lied to me or whatever. I think that's what the game's going for. We'll see, though. The table was already decorated with light accessories, candelabra, small vases of flowers, and an encyclopedia about ships. Oh boy. You're gonna have to read that later. The room itself was, finally, some good literature. The room itself was connected to a small kitchen. One with the usual kitchen staple, appliances, an oven, a refrigerator, a large dishwashing sink, a gas range, and all the utensils and tools one might need. A small storehouse pantry was off to the side with nothing of readily edible interest to a common person. Wow, this place is super loaded, huh? Art made a beeline for the two-side... what the fuck? Jesus. Sorry, my brain's crashing. Too many words. Art made a beeline for the two-side rooms, poking in and out of the dining hall between the pantry and the kitchen. Missy, on the other hand, gazed slowly around the dining hall itself. It's a very fine setting, but not so much that it feels oppressively high-end. Thanks for your analysis, Miss Vesper. Yep, everything looks to be in order for a good meal. Oops, I didn't click I clicked out of the app. Okay, we're good. Art finally stopped pacing around and sat at one of the seats, kicking his feet up on the table as he looked around the room. Missy noticeably shook her head at the action. Yeah, man, that's fucked up. I'm not even picky about table manners, but you can't do that, man. What the fuck, Art? But, where is everyone? This place seats like a bunch of people, but there are only 5 of us. I wonder if no one else woke up yet. Maybe others ignored their alarms? Some people like to sleep in and all. I approached the natural painting above the fireplace, admiring the soft colors and brushwork. As I stood in front of it, the painting faded out to reveal what looked to be an emblem. Following the display of the emblem screen, an announcement came from overhead speakers within the room, the voice silverly and modulated. Thank you for joining us today. Is that silvery and modulated enough for you? We hope you have a lovely stay. Feel free to utilize the kitchen to your heart's content, or if you are unable to, you may use the automated cook feature by tapping your bracelet onto the kitchen's digital kiosk and selecting a meal. Or if neither of those suit your particular taste, you may consult your group's ultimate level kitchen hand. It's cool, we have one of those? Well, as long as it's not Teru Teru, we should be fine. The emblem disappeared, returning the screen to its initial artwork display. But what did that mean? What's an ultimate level kitchen hand? I turned to ask one of the other students, but it looked like Art had already figured it out. Or rather, figured something out. Whatever he started going on about next made no sense to me. Oh, I get it. This is the safe house a private group provided for us since we signed up for the preservation project. Huh? You signed up to be here? Yeah, of course. If I guessed correctly, we all seem to be ultimate students. There are some serious ultimate vibes in this room, don't you think? Yes, that seems to be the case. What's an ultimate student? Don't tell me you don't know. Oh man, what are you even doing here? Intruder, kill him! Ultimate students are typically high school students with that super excelled in their field of expertise. They are often scouted by groups with various intentions, virtuous or nefarious. They often have a focused set of skills that make their abilities desirable to certain people, and with good reason. If there's a talent you can think of, there's probably an ultimate student out there that'll knock your socks off with their amazingness. So you're saying everyone here is super talented? You're kidding, right? You've been walking around this whole time with Ashley Westbridge, the ultimate jockey, and you didn't even know? So Art keeps up with horse racing? Huh? Ultimate jockey? I don't really talk about my talent outside my usual day-to-day. I've heard of Ashley Westbridge's accomplishments. She can wrangle just about any horse and ride them to victory. It's quite impressive to be able to tame such creatures, and any variety nonetheless. That is pretty impressive. Horses are scary, man. I don't think I could ever go horseback riding. However, I read that you excel best with your main partner, Hyperion, a Jesus, what the fuck? That sounds like a monster name, not a horse breed. Tricaner. I guess these are like just the typical horses that you think of when you think horse. These Tricano horses. Dude, horses are fucking huge. Jesus Christ. Horses do intimidate me a little bit, I can't lie. Like, you know, I love seeing them and whatnot in like, from afar. On like farms and shit. They just don't look real. I'm sure they're sweet animals. I've been told they're very sweet animals. I'm not doubting it. I don't mean to sound like a anti-horse or anything. I mean, fuck, I confessed to being a brony like fucking 20 minutes ago. Like, anyway, sorry. We should focus back on the game. Yeah, Hyperion. Oh my, I didn't realize my achievements were so widely regarded. It's a little embarrassing hearing others remark upon them. Wow, even so. I looked over to Ashley, who, despite the sudden grandeur, looked as modest as ever. Honestly, I just thought you were a typical horse girl. I don't know whether to find that humbling or insulting to my talent. So Ashley held the title of Ultimate Jockey, huh? I was curious to know what that implied. I never knew her to be particularly eccentric when it came to her lifestyle at the stables. For how long during our friendship did she have that title? Enough about me. What about you two? I admit I can't really put a talent to either of your names. With this newfound knowledge of the situation, I was curious to learn about the other students here. Okay, well, let's start with Art, I guess. I said let's start with Art. Your name is Art, right? May I ask what your talent is? Sure, I'm the ultimate golfer. That's what it was. I don't know why I thought it had something to do with animals. I'm a fucking moron. Ultimate golfer, okay. I'll never miss my mark. Total holes in one all day, every day. Wow, how did you manage that? I don't know. I can't stand having to put more energy into extra strokes, so I make the first and last one count. I love that reasoning so much. What kind of reasoning was that to become a pro golfer? Uh, that's an interesting way to go about it. I can't even imagine being able to control the club like that. It took a lot of practice for sure. He seems like a big fan of the Adam Sandler movie Happy Gilmore. I used to golf a lot with my grandpa. It was all good fun back in the day, so I guess I never really thought about it as work, you know? I flubbed a few times, sure, but who doesn't? Art seems to have taken a lot of pride with this title. It's admirable. Wish I could be that cool. Okay, I do know Missy's. I think it was Tactician, correct? What those individual groups or institutions do with the students is beyond me. I've not heard many stories of success or failure from anyone who's had the luxury of being accepted. In any case, don't take much stock in the title is all I'm saying. I have to admit though, I am rather curious of the titles now that the subject has been brought up. That's understandable. I am the ultimate tactician. Hell yeah. She does have that aura, you know? That calm, like, analytical type of thing. Tactician, like battle tactics? No, it's more like political campaign tactics and strategies. The less interesting of the two people usually think of. I've been at the forefront of numerous political campaigns and battles, many of which I've been employed to strategize against by opposing forces. Really? Aren't you basically manipulating the winner outcome then? The choice is not mine, but the people's. I simply put the message out, framing it in the most self-beneficial way possible for each side. I think political campaigns can be interesting. They stress me out. I don't want to know who you worked for, Missy. I don't. She just drops a bombshell like, I helped in Ronald Reagan's presidential run. It's like, Missy, you did that? This is your fault? Every problem in my life can be traced back to Ronald Reagan. What the fuck? You know, he put crack in the poor neighborhoods, Missy. It's on your conscience. Missy won't do that, though. I don't believe it. But wouldn't Ultimate Campaign Manager be a more appropriate title? Well, I'm not the one who came up with the title. I see. This seems to be a very self-assured person who doesn't seem to care much for the extravagance an Ultimate title implies. Such captivating talents. I'd love to watch one of your games, Art. Ah, it's nothing. And Missy, good luck with what you do. I bet horse racing is much more interesting. Indeed, your feats of athleticism are quite impressive. Yeah, I admit, it's hard to imagine. It's really not a big deal, Echo. Honestly, the whole Ultimate Student thing feels a tad blown out of proportion. Sensing Ashley was done with the praise, I shifted the topic. Yeah, she doesn't seem to like her talent all that much. She seems very, like, secretive about it. And I wonder why. Like to the point she didn't even tell her best friend about it? Like, come on. Come on, girl. I'm curious if there's some sort of, like, I don't know, some weird, like, trauma thing attached to it or whatever. I guess we'll find out. Well, now we're all acquainted. Why don't we look around some more? Looks like there's more to be seen upstairs. Oh, yes. It was a pleasure talking to you. Don't be a stranger. We can explore together. Art's echoing voice sounded through the dining hall. Oh, man. The kitchen features are cool. What's this? And he's dead. The first body has already fallen. On second thought, I might keep an eye on Art for a little. I'm sure you won't mind the company. Alright, we'll see you around. I do like the pair of Art and Missy a lot. I can already tell it's a very cute pairing. Ashley and I stepped out of the dining hall into the foyer once more. Cannon didn't stay for long. The foyer was devoid of her presence. Where to? There are stairs going up, but I think we should check out the entirety of this floor first. I was thinking the same. Why don't you pick where you go next? Sure. The other locations are the study and the theater. Well, let's start with the study. Let's go to the study. Ah, look at all these books. If they're not about boats, though, I don't give a fuck. The study was cramped. Encyclopedias that filled to the ceiling covered an abundance of subjects, ranging anywhere from medical to athletic. There was a small office corner provided for studying the tomes in relative ease. Another digital kiosk stood off to the side, showing a searchable list of books in the study. I actually observed the kiosk curiously as I gawked at the variety of reading material stuffed in the shelves. So, question that just came to mind. I'm assuming everyone else is in a similar situation to us, right? Where they just mysteriously woke up here. They're very calm about it, all things considered, like TBH. Like when they signed up for this ultimate preservation project, were they told this was going to be a thing that happened? They were going to be knocked out and dragged here? Or like, I don't know. They're just like, whatever government entity dragged us here, I'm sure they're trustworthy. I'm just saying. Even if there is an explanation for it, it's still very, very weird. I feel like more people should be freaking out. And of course, we got the question of why Echo's here. I guess that's going to be one of the mysteries of this game. Oh wow, this equestrian encyclopedia was published only 2 years ago. I have an old version, so this could be really interesting. You would be excited about that, you fucking geek. What, now that you know I'm the ultimate jockey, it all makes sense? No, you're still the same old horse girl, I know, but with a fancy title. There were 2 other students taking residence in the library, one meekly hiding in the corner and the other calmly leafing through their book of choice. Alright, let's do this. Oh, let's start with the meek student. I'm very excited, because we'll get to it. I'm very excited, though. I approached the meek student standing in one of the darker corners of the study. Hey there. Eep! Sorry to spook you. I was just going around meeting everyone. I'm Echo Pine. I was dragged out of my room by that guy over there. He's evil. He's just minding his own fucking business. I peered over at the aforementioned person who just looked to be calmly expecting the rows of books. Ugh, fine, he didn't drag me. I ran into him when I was wandering around. I just wanted to be alone in the study. She shot me a troubled glance after admitting her lie. Can you tell me about yourself? Me? I'm Takano. I'm a watchmaker. Would you then by chance be the ultimate watchmaker? Yeah, I guess you could say that. How did you know? Are you... Are you evil? Did you read my mind? I just tinker with watches and stuff. They go for really high prices apparently, but I don't particularly care for the money. I love her so much. I adore her. She is so fucking funny. Someone once offered me 3 luxury calls for a single watch. You must have some very well admired craftsmanship. I guess so, but I can't even drive. What was I gonna do with 3 cars? Oh, she's so precious. I just want to protect her. You know me, I love these type of characters. She clammed up and awkwardly turned back around to face the bookshelf corner. I didn't want to pry, so I just left her alone. I cannot wait to see more of her. Immediately, like, she's already my favorite. She has a great ass design too. I love her color scheme and everything. And those little like details, her earrings, the shit on her hands that you can't see right now, but they look cool. I guess let's talk to the comms student now. The evil evil guy here. The green-haired student noticed me approaching him and deftly flipped his bookshelf with one hand, giving me his full attention. Good morning. I immediately felt the attention to be near palpable from his focused gaze alone. Are you finding everything alright? The study has quite a pleasant atmosphere, wouldn't you agree? Oh, yes, it's very well accommodated. The study as well as the rest of the facility are all nicely prepared. Indeed, you could spend days in this well-kept study, enriching your mind in regards to whatever subject your heart desires. Does that sound like an inviting prospect? I don't see why not. The location for ultimate students should be in peak condition, right? This preservation project situation seems to be equipped for comfort. Ah, so you've been made aware of the preservation project. He hesitated, as if chewing meticulously on his next statement. Pew! My next statement was undercooked. Do you have an ultimate talent? If I'm being honest, I'm not sure I even know what my talent is, considering the situation seems to revolve around it. Everyone I've met so far has some kind of title. I admire your candor. Who knows? You might have some innate skills that you personally think are average. You think so? I feel pretty ordinary, and I've never really been the center of mass attention for anything in particular. The skill might just require a specific habitat, so to speak. Luckily, this appears to be the ideal place and social environment for expanding upon such hidden abilities. However, I won't worry much about it. Whatever underlying passion or talent you have is for you and you alone to enjoy. That's reassuring. I feel like I've stumbled into something out of my league with so many skilled students. If you don't mind my asking, what's your ultimate talent? It's hard to describe. I'm called the ultimate charisma. I knew it was coming, it still made me fucking laugh. Is this the Rizzler I've been hearing so much about? Is this that guy? On a serious note, I only found out like 2 months ago the Rizzler is a real person and he's only like 9 years old. And has already accomplished so much more with his life than I ever will. Which makes me really sad. But also on another side note, why are we sticking our gat out for him? I've been hearing that, that's the meme that has been spreading this whole time. Sticking your gat out for the Rizzler. Why are we sticking... That's your butt, right? Don't stick your butt out for 9-year-olds. It's illegal. You will be jailed forever. Sorry, I got a little distracted. Cyrus Surik? Wait a minute, that's just his first name's backwards. What the fuck? Is that even a real fucking name? No, it's not. I look it up and one of the first things that comes up is this game. Let's see how text-to-speech pronounces it.
Sirik.
Yeah, just Sirik. Wait, no, I fucked it up. Hold on. I flipped the U and the Y. What the fuck is going on with me today?
Surik.
Surik? Surik? No, not Siri. Fuck off, Siri. Cyrus Surik. That's what we're going with. That's his name. Ultimate Charisma. Hell yeah. Is his shirt ripped up? Nice to meet you. Back at you. A pleasure. I didn't really understand the implication of his title, but I was oddly attracted to him. But I could feel a sort of alluring presence to him. I suppose that's what charisma is. After meeting with the 2 others in the study, Ashley and I chatted about the other students. So we met Sai and Cyrus. Oh, that's cute. Ha 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 ha. A watchmaker and a charismatic person, respectively? Actually, it could be Say, now I'm thinking about it. What? They just this is a meme, right? They just straight up said bussy. How does this only have 8 views? It's Say is how you say her name. Say is how you say her name. I suppose one could become talented at improving their characteristics if they wanted to. Could be similar to managing a brand, perhaps. Dude, I love these sprites so much. These sprites are so fucking good. I love like the emotions they have, the facial expressions they have. And again, the art style is just really fucking good. I really love the art style. Maybe, regardless, they seem nice enough. Yeah, Sei seems sweet, if not a little shy. I adore her. I will protect her from dying with my sick karate moves, hopefully. Either that or she's gonna die in chapter 2. So let's hope for the best. Let's go to the theater next. I cannot wait to meet more of her though. She's immediately my favorite character. Ashley and I walked across the hallways to our next location, the theater. The theater was something to behold. Although it was a fairly intimate scene with a few rows seats and a medium-sized stage, it still had an air of elegance thanks to the decor. The rich red velvet curtains glowed underneath the gaze of the bright spotlight. The stage itself was occupied by 3 students who seemed to be having a heated discussion. You really want to stand by that theory? Hey, to each their own. I'm not knocking you for not thinking the obvious. Yes, I really do believe that Mario is evil. Thank you. Let's settle down, please. Absolutely not. I have no intention of changing my view for this scoundrel. Geez, scoundrel, that's cold, especially to a stranger. You two don't need to get so heated about something like this. It's an important matter between two strongly opinionated people. So we agree on that matter. Maybe I should cut in? Or what's going on here? The three turn around, surprised, presumably from not being able to see me at the unlit foot of the stage. Need you ask such a foolish question? We are discussing the dire and apparently questionable existence of this. The white-haired student crouched down to reveal a painting that was turned away from the audience. It was a framed picture of what looked like inkblot art. That looks like Ridley. It's Ridley from Metroid, guys. Come on. Oh, I see. You're trying to figure out what the painting is. Yes, and what do you see? I stared at it for a moment, but I looked up at the two patiently, in all seriousness, waiting for my answer. I mean, that's clearly, like I said, it's a dragon demon thing. It's Ridley. I'll have to think about it. Maybe I'm just too game or pilled. These two wouldn't understand it. I say that as someone who's never completed a single Metroid game in my life. No immediate answer. Fucking coward. I felt his judging eyes pierce my soul. It's a dog. Not everything has to be a dog. I mean, I think the world would be better if it was, though. It's clearly an elephant. So, just a different four-legged animal? Isn't the whole point of this test to, like, of that kind of art to, like, it could be whatever is up to your imagination, you know? Okay, I mean, whatever. What do I know? The conversation seemed pretty heated. Who am I to question a man with a fucking scar going down his fucking face? And someone who wears musical instruments as earpieces. I'm in no position to judge. I might have better luck if I just talk to them individually. Alright, let's start with the white-haired student. Let's go down. I visited the white-haired student on the stage. So, about the painting, I think I do see the elephant. No need to feign understanding. I am quite self-assured that the painter's intention was to illustrate an elephant, as abstracted as it appears. I stared at the painting a little bit longer. The more I looked at it, the more I willed it into being what he claimed was the true subject. I gotta be real, I mean, between dog and elephant, I do see elephant more, but again, I just see nightmare dinosaur creature. Maybe if I look at the white spaces instead? No, that's not helping. Or maybe if I flip it, like, oh, and if I turn my head around, hold on. Oh, fuck. I almost fell out of my seat. Let's not do that. Nah, that's just Ridley, though. Ridley with a long, droopy nose, but Ridley nonetheless. I know my boy. Despite being told what the subject was, I couldn't make out anything within the shapes. So, do you have an eye for this kind of thing? An eye for abstract art? Ahime! Dude, I love Ahime too! Which one's your favorite? I like Fullmetal Alchemist, personally. I always thought that was an N, though, but it could have been an H. Maybe I was just reading it wrong the whole time.
Anime.
No. Fuck it, autocorrected when I tried to look up the pronunciation. Shit.
Aime.
It's Aime. It's no Italian word. Aime, my friend. I am not an ultimate artist. I am the ultimate opera singer. In case you couldn't tell by the giant fucking music note on my goddamn scarf. Although there is a... Oh, God. Okay, I'm not doing this. He's just yapping. He's just a yapposaurus. He rambled on about something a bit further before stopping himself. Right. Hey, man, you don't need to be embarrassed. We all Hey, I yap all the time. Whenever I get a chance to talk about what interests me, I go for it. You don't have to apologize. You don't have to feel embarrassed. I love you. What? But where are my manners? Forte solo. Charmed, I'm sure. Was that your name given at birth? What were your parents gonna do if you just didn't want to be an opera singer? Like, what if you like... What if you like the ultimate fisherman or something? The name won't really be as fitting, would it? It's just a highly specific name is all I'm saying. He gave a deep bow as he introduced himself, slowly rose and went to look at the painting some more, indicating an end to the conversation. He sure has some interestingly placed dramatic moments. Alright, let's talk to the other person involved in this argument. I approached the student wearing the fur-lined jacket. So, about the pain, I think I do see the dog. You don't have to lie. I don't care about what it is. In fact, I don't even know what the painting is either, so I made something up. A dog is an easy thing to imagine. It's just a practice of pareidolia. I'm sure I said that 100% right. I'm using Google an awful lot today.
I'll explain in a second, but pronunciation first. Pareidolia. Pareidolia.
Pareidolia. Dude, this guy, Julian Miguel, has an amazing voice. It's just a practice of pareidolia. Pareidolia? The act of perceiving a subject or significance where there is no meaningful interpretation. For example, seeing objects in cloud formations or hearing indistinct voices and random noise. And in this case, seeing a dog in an abstract painting. Dogs are common enough animals, yeah? Who doesn't like to think about dogs? Hell yeah! My man! I stared at the painting a bit longer. The more I looked at it, the more I willed it into being what he said it was, even if he did make it up. Oh, so we got a fence sitter here is what I'm hearing. Come on, Echo. It's gotta be something. You gotta make up your mind in this debate. You gotta pick a side. For example, I picked Ridley. You can pick your favorite video game character, though. Sorry, I just had the thought, like, it'd be really funny if... I don't know if I could actually do this. I'm not that good at editing, but if I could find a way to, like, somehow edit, like, a Danganronpa character in there somehow. Like, I'm just imagining, like... I'm squinting really hard at it, and I'm just like, you know, I think I do see something. It's Mahiru Koizumi. The more I look at it, the more it's starting to kind of look like Mitsuhiko Higa. Yeah, I mean, just look at it for a minute. Don't you see it? That's Mitch if I've ever seen him. Despite being told what the subject was, I couldn't make out anything within the shapes. Isn't it a little cruel? Oh, sorry, wrong voice. Isn't it a little cruel to make something up when he's so intense about it? Shit, you're right. I just wanted him to explain why he saw what he did, but he truly wouldn't. So much for friendly discussion. To each their own, I suppose. Well, anyway, I'm going around meeting everyone. I would tell you my talent, if I had one. This is where I put my talent. If I had one! You don't have an ultimate title? Or you can't remember? Huh? He seemed to be muttering under his breath about my last statement, but I paid him no mind and waited for his response. I mean, yeah, I guess it could be a case of amnesia. Maybe the Preserve Project just hit you on the head a little too hard. Well, anyway, he seemed to be... Oh, I read that already. I'm Wild Termina, the ultimate puzzle master, a connoisseur of word puzzles, block puzzles, escape room puzzles, the like. Hell yeah. Named after one of the better Zelda games. Now, if you don't mind. Well, I returned back to the painting, ending our conversation abruptly. Puzzles, huh? Maybe he was trying to unscramble the shapes in that painting. Alright, last but not least, cute apron-wearing student. The girl who was caught in the middle of the corridor stepped down from the stage and left the other two to glare at each other in silence. Pandora Espades. Fuck me. I thought I would remember how to pronounce one of these names, because this is the second time I'm doing this, but... Nope. All I do remember is that her last name is Hope in French. We're moving away from Italy. We're in French now. Espère. You know, for a word meaning hope, it is awfully close to that other word. The one that starts with a D that should not be said. Pandora Espère, nice to meet you. Likewise, I'm Echo Pine. I don't know what that voice I gave her was. Echo Pine, I hope we get along. So I was informed that this little group of students is composed of students that have ultimate talents. Do you happen to have a title of some sort? Oh yes, I am known as the Ultimate Baker. Dude, French pastries are the best kind. And yourself? About that, I don't seem to know. I don't think I have one, if I'm being honest. That's no matter. It doesn't make you any more or less of a person. I didn't say it did. But now that you say that, I'm starting to think it does. So what do you think the painting is? I'm not really sure myself. But for something as ambiguous as that, it can be whatever the viewer wants it to be. N'est-ce pas? Really? It's that easy to say? There are so many letters there. I did not think it'd be that easy to say. N'est-ce pas, in case you're wondering, essentially just means isn't it? Question mark? A phrase used to seek confirmation from the listener. Literally translates to is it not? Don't say my channel is not educational. I'm like a preschool, you know, like you know how all the hosts of all those preschool targeted shows are like fucking idiots? Like Steve from Blue's Clues. And they're made dumb on purpose so, you know, the children in the audience can feel like they're helping out and put their knowledge to use. I'm like that. I suppose so. Perhaps it isn't the subject of this piece that's the most important, but rather it is the emotions it conveys to the individual. Black and white are quite striking colors to work with, are they not? There's a lot of symbolism behind those two simple colors. Like what? Name one thing. I can't think of a single one personally. But I can only wonder if the artist behind the piece enjoyed creating it. The art wouldn't have come to life otherwise, so I don't see why not. I'd hope so. Art without joy in it just makes me sad. I agree. Pandora, she's such a warm presence. Ashley and I left Forte and Lau to have their own spat in peace. Oh yeah, I forgot Ashley was here. She didn't even help me in that argument, in those arguments. She was just like, I'll let you handle this. Like, thanks. Thanks, buddy. Pandora stayed behind trying to still settle the two down. Phew, Forte and Lau were kind of intense, huh? I'll say. I never really had a sharp eye for art, so what they were talking about is beyond me. And Midori is, brave for trying to calm them down. It takes a certain kind of person to want to intervene when things get heated, huh? Yeah, I can tell she's probably going to be a very important character. May sort of become our leader of sorts, quote-unquote. We'll see. I mean, her last name has to be an indication of something. Hello, Future Evan here. So, I recorded this prologue mostly in one sitting, and it is a long prologue, so I decided it'd be best if I split it up for my sake and for your guys's. Make the viewing experience a little bit more enjoyable. So, I feel like now's a pretty good time to wrap things up, because we just got done meeting all the characters. At least all the characters that I know of. Again, those 16 chairs make me a little suspicious that maybe someone else will come along at some point along the way. I don't know if we're gonna get like 6 new fucking characters, but I won't be surprised if like there was like, ooh, Mukuru Ikosaba, the hidden student line somewhere in this, that type of situation. But yeah, we met all the characters. We know most of their talents. We haven't talked to canon really yet, but yeah, I feel like now's a pretty good time to wrap things up. So thank you all for watching. I love you all. Hope you guys have a lovely day, and I hope to see you soon. New Let's Play has begun. I'm very excited, and I hope you guys are as well. This is going to be a very fun series. I've recorded quite a few episodes of it at this point, and I'm really looking forward to getting those episodes out. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm literally shaking with excitement. I'm gonna wrap things up. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe and all that. I'm bad at this YouTube thing. But see ya, bye, adios.